Alright, hello all, welcome back to Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video here. So today we are going to be doing another how hard can the unit hit video. And this time around I want to do another revisit. Probably one of the last revisits I'm going to do for a bit. I think I might want to do like Tech Gogeta and then after that probably be good. Maybe AGL Vegeta, I don't know, we'll see. But that being said, we are going to be doing Strength Kefla here. Now, once again, she was one of the very first characters I did. Since then we have all these active skill buffs. I don't think I even used items in that one. I might have started using items for that one. I know I didn't get like fully into the turns, so obviously missing out on stacks. Also, I mean, there's like the 220 lead now. There's like Glorio now, so she will look a substantial amount better than I was able to get her to before, so definitely want to get this in. Uh, I did realize sort of just how crazy she can still hit. I did actually try using her for one of my festival runs, so. Speaking of which, before we do start here, I do want to point out real quick, I actually wanted to really do this guy. I wanted to do an attack and a defense stacking. I've come to the realization that unfortunately I cannot. And what I mean by that is the when receiving an unarmed super attack portion of his kit here. Rose, as well as the only other event that I don't really use this event, but technically it can work as far as I know. Once again, I haven't used it, but from the Broly Worldwide, the Supreme Magnificent Battle movie edition, the Super Saiyan 2 Gohan fight. The Goku like always dodges, so you can actually use that as one of these. However, even there, the Gohan has an unarmed super. So both Rose and the Gohan, the people that would be getting hit, or rather the people that would need to die, have unarmed supers. So he would counter and just kill them. I don't have a way. I actually went to start recording one for Broly, and I realized as I started recording it, he countered Rose and nearly destroyed him just immediately. So unfortunately, as crazy as this guy can look, and he probably is the best stacker, and he would look insane after all getting hit by all the supers in there and everything. I can't do it. I really want to, but I could get like 20 turns in, maybe. Like I can't get far in. I can't get up to like turn 100 like I like to, because he would just kill Rose. So it's unfortunate that a character comes out like this, and as great of a stacker as he is, this little portion here just makes it so I can't use him. This is actually ironically similar to the other Tech Carnival Broly from last year, where he greatly stacks attack, but I wasn't able to properly use him either because he has an AoE. So it's unfortunate, but I can't really, it's out of my control, right? I didn't design the character. But with that being said, I'm actually going to cut away, and we will come back once I'm up to like Super Saiyan 2 Kefla, and we'll get our 2 turns in as Super Saiyan 2 Kefla to give an idea then. So we'll be a handful of turns in by that point, but that's sort of the best way to go about it. So we will be right back. All right, I'm back here. Now, unfortunately, I was not able to set the orbs up the best for Kefla here. Technically, I could, if I rotated her off, get the full 6 here, but it's not the biggest deal. So we'll be able to get the 5. She will have the 1 guaranteed additional super attack, and she could do the hidden potential. I mean, we'll see. I do have a decent bit of it on her, so I think she very well could. Now, once I do like fuse Tech Kefla, they are a perfect 7 of 7 link partner, I'm pretty sure. So later on, obviously, will be a very tremendous link partner, and I do have them here now for the first 2 turns here, and I'll rotate them off to get everything. Make sure I have the characters on each rotation that can do the Dokkan attacks, right? But yeah, I do think Strength Kefla is going to look very, very crazy by the end here. Once again, we'll see what exactly that gets up to, but in the past, there wasn't the H-Kill Gogeta, active. There wasn't Leads on Kale didn't exist. 220 Leads didn't exist. Florio didn't exist when I did it, right? There was quite a bit, right? And I didn't get as far in the turn count. And long story short, she is going to look very, very impressive. I'm very confident here. So we're up to 20.4 already. Now, once again, we do have the one guaranteed additional super attack, and she'll probably, 21.6. I found with Strength Kefla, she does tend to jump up like 1 to 4 to 6, or something in that range, vaguely, attack up each super. Now, unfortunately, was not able. Oh, okay. I did not get the additional super guaranteed, or rather, I did not get the hidden potential super, fortunately. Good to note that she is actually fine against the supers there, because apparently she didn't want to dodge anything. It's okay. We power through. I guess as long as she tanks it, that's all that matters. She's definitely. She's what? She EZA'd early 2024. She could definitely do some pretty decent damage still, but I was rather a little worried about how she would tank. So good to see if she decides to fail everything.
Let's go, Kale. You don't need to hold back your power for my sake. Fight with everything you've got. You bet. Let's do this.
I don't like talking during the animation. Oh, what the fuck? Oh, right. I don't have this character. I forgot that they changed everything to physical. I completely forgot about that. I was like, what the hell? I'm gonna hold on to the active for now. I could use it, but I'm gonna hold on to it. The reason for that being, so we can get to like the baseline turn in later on. I feel like I don't know. I do like to do that base turn, so it'll probably be best to just hold on to that. And I could probably get enough tech works there. Probably, I think so. We'll see. But yeah, I don't know. I'm still really the fact that I can't do tech early. It really does bum me out. I'm not gonna lie. I was actually really, really excited to do his, and I went to start doing it. In fact, I went to start doing it like the day I got him. Because I actually haven't done one of these since I got him. And that was in the middle of me trying to do like my solo battle runs, and that was that was something else. But I did try to do him, and then I realized I just can't. And that really does bum me out because I do think he'd probably by the end do what like STR Zamasu did for me, like breaking this sort of damage cap, integer cap, whatever the hell. I do think he has that potential. I do think he would do that. So it does really suck that I can't like take advantage of that, but I mean I can't do anything about that. Once again, I didn't make the character. I can't turn off that part of the kit. If I could, I would. I can't do it. So it sucks because he's like right there. I know he'd be like one of, if not the best stacker in the game. It's just how he works. But one of these, it'd be so crazy. But like that fucking counter, it ruins it, unfortunately. Because it's not like, okay, I need to have him avoid every, Rose attack, and because Rose can attack in any slot, he can super in any slot, right? So even if I don't keep him in slot 1 every time, or if I float him off, damn it, it's at some point he will counter Rose, and Rose will just die. I don't have several opportunities to do it, so it's just not really feasible to do it as much as I really fucking want. Okay, so at least for this turn, we do have the 6 orbs, so there's that. She should look very, very crazy here. We do have the 3 supers guaranteed this turn. And we probably, hopefully, should get the hidden potential now that we have 3 attacks guaranteed. And she will jump up a decent bit throughout this turn as well. So I'm very, very excited to see what she's going to get up to by the end. As you know, per usual, we'll stack up to that turn 90ish, 100ish mark, just to the point where the stacks start to need to be refreshed instead of getting new ones. And we'll see just what she's able to get up to. But I think she's probably going to actually be one of the best in the game still. She is greatly raising attack. She has at least 3, as long as I get the orbs, at least 3 guaranteed per turn. In the way she's structured, she has a lot of phase 2 attack, at least for the time she did. Okay, so we're up to 24.1. So it's just like when I get like the domain, I went over all the abilities, like OG to active and everything. When all of that's up, I do think she's actually going to be. She'll probably break the billion range. I do think so. I mean, we'll have to see, but based off of what I was able to get up to with her before, so no hidden potential this time either, huh? Interesting. Based off what I was able to get her up to before, I do think she will be one of the best attackers in the game. So like, similar to like Gohan, AJ Broly, I do want to make sure to give her like chance to shine. I do want to do all these older characters, make sure I have them revisited with like all of the bosses we can right now. Before I keep doing like modern characters, that way the older characters, have their chance, because their damage, some of these characters, it's just starting to get to the point where it can't compete. The Dokkan's power cut so much, and I do want to, give them their chance to shine while their numbers are still good, essentially. So yeah, I'm gonna cut away here. I'm gonna get to stacking. We will be back whenever I'm up to turn 100 or so, and we will see just how hard STR Super Saiyan 2 Kefla's EZA can hit. All right, so we are back here. I am up to turn 98. Obviously, I've done a decent bit of stacking here. Now, real quick, I actually, and just to show this, so I do have 142 stacks on Kefla. There were several turns where I was just not able to get the 6 orbs, unfortunately. I'm pretty sure I always got 4 orbs at least, but there were several turns where I just, despite my trying to set it up, I could not get it, unfortunately. But, I mean, still, 142 is a decent bit, and I'm very confident, although I suppose I didn't watch it back, but I'm very confident it's actually higher than what I had gotten with the other one, because with the first one, I think I only got up like turn 60 or something. I could be wrong about that. So I think she's gonna look very good here. Now I don't have any items up yet. I don't have the Vegeta active, the domain, the Kefla active, right? The only thing we have here is Gloria support. Obviously, we will have full 707 links once I go into Tech Kefla, and we will also have Tech Kefla's support so long as I can get both her and Strength Kefla of the 6 orbs. We'll see. But let's get started here. We'll go into the animation for fusing, and we'll go from there.
Put me and Kale together, and what do you get? The strongest Saiyans around! Kale! What's calling for? It's Kefla!
Alright, sorry about that. I did have to cut away for a moment there. So, unfortunately, even after I cut away, I did try doing it in each slot. I guess it's not working for her. I'm not really sure. The orbs. So I can't get the 6 for either of them. Which obviously is very. Okay, I was like, I can't hear it. Hold on. Yeah, the volume's there. How I like it. But yeah, I can't get the 6 orbs. It's sort of out of my hands, unfortunately. But we can still get 4. Now, mind you, with 4 orbs, STR Kefla does have her sort of full attack with the guaranteed addition super. She's just missing out on the other guaranteed super as well as the dodge and crit 20% chance. So, unfortunate, but I mean, just sort of out of my hands. I mean, the orb changing wasn't really the best for us here. However, she is still going to look very, very good. And hopefully, I'll try and get it set up so next turn I can get the 6 orbs from Tech Kefla. Because that extra 30% phase 2 actually will probably be pretty important. I do think so. Now, I probably should have shown after activating the fusion. But we do have I'm pretty sure it's 7 out of 7 links between the two of them. So Strength Kefla is going to get a pretty substantial jump from that. And I have an idea of what she's going to be hitting for here. So, oh, okay. Tech Kefla got the Quad Super. Let's go. I mean, I guess for her, when she's transformed, she has 3 guaranteed, but still, pretty neat. And now, Strength Kefla here, we are up to 244 million. Now, I believe I showed my build earlier on. I only have her 79%, 246 million. I do have an attack equip on her. So, I mean, I suppose that is worth noting. But, okay, so I got the hidden potential, but it's a normal, unfortunately. But, I mean, this is literally only just throwing it out there, right? Only 79%, and she's hitting that. And there were several turns where I could have even ended up having her attack higher, but I mean, it's sort of like this turn. I can't. If I don't have the orbs, there's nothing I can really do about it, right? Okay, now that's actually kind of bad. Shit. I should be fine, but it hit. Maybe doing this while hit was here was not a good idea, because Zamasu is pretty low. See, he can't heal now. Fuck. I might have to cut away, honestly. Well, I suppose actually... No, because he's only on half a leader skill. It should be fine. I was going to say, these Tech UI counters can hit very hard. But I think it should be fine. Given... This is a fucking active skill attack. Okay. Alright, let me play these animations here. I may decide at the end of the turn I might need to play around this a little bit. I'm not quite sure. We need to see how this works out, because I don't like how low Zamasu is, to be honest with you. And at least there's only one attack there. And to be fair, Tech UI's on half a leader skill, but you haven't seen what I have with Rose. I think you should be fine with only half a leader skill, but it is still, worth noting. I think you will still do some damage. But yeah, let me use the actives. I gotta wonder, though, why the hell does Khalifa call that Berserk? Why she call it, oh, you gotta show off by going Ultra Super? Why does she call it Ultra Super? I don't know, I've always found it a little weird with that animation. Does she say, I guess she probably says that in the anime, but I don't know. It's been a while since I've watched the Tournament of Power. Okay, so from using Khalifa already, Kefla does have an additional 16% in the active skill phase, which will be pretty important. Now we are going to use Tech UI, and that domain buff will be huge as well. My hope is that Zamasu is going to heal at the start of next turn. Because if he doesn't, I don't know. I'm honestly kind of worried about how everything's going to play out. He's way too low. I may need to put, and to be fair, I guess it's not like the biggest issue. I may need to actually have like Strength Kefla in slot 1, or even like AGL Gogeta in slot 1 and have Tech Kefla slot 3. But I don't, because doesn't the 6 orb condition only activate when she's attacking? I'm gonna need to read that again. I'm actually not sure off the top of my head. I know there's some when attacking portion to it, but I don't know if it's anyone gets it automatically as soon as they're attacking it, as long as she gets 6 orbs, or if she has to attack first. I actually cannot recall that, so that is something that's actually going to be pretty important to check. Okay, now 3.2. Yeah, see, that's half a leader skill, and he still did like half of the damage that Rose had left to take. Well, that Rose could have taken. So that's why I was worried about that. Listen, I've done these enough to the point where I do know. Tech UI, his domain was very good. He's actually very good for getting like the Dokkan attacks. But once you transform him, you do need to be, if you're ever interested in doing something like this, you do need to be careful. Now mine has 2 dupes. So take that as you will. I mean, if you have Rainbow, probably need to be more careful. If he's 55% or so, obviously you could be less careful. But typically, I only will play out a turn if there's 1 attack. Although it depends on how low Rose is. Now sometimes it's like even I don't want him to attack him at all. Okay, so Zamasu actually is going to heal. I don't need to worry about it then. Huge. Now this is when attacking. So I think it's just, I think she gets the 6 orbs, and then everyone gets it when they attack, I think is how it activates. I believe. I could be wrong. Okay, well, Kefla is about to look very, very crazy here. Obviously the domain's an additional 15%. Now, let me start out by grabbing the 6 orbs here. Zamasu here will heal, so we should be fine. And then let me pop the LMAOs. Let me see if I do need to play around with a turn here. Okay, hold on. Wait a minute. Am I actually going to get it immediately? Damn. Okay, I mean, that was pretty close. Let me, that's not good enough, though. Well, I mean, 20 orbs on its own is good enough if that does end up being all I can get. But certainly, if I can try to fish around for it, I will. So let me try and fish around, see if I can't get the full 23. We will be right back. Alright, so here we are. I was actually able to get the full field. It only took a couple of tries here. So that was nice. But yeah, let me activate the old World Tournament Announcer. And, we do have the support from Tech Kefla. Obviously, we do have the full 7 links. Now, actually, we don't have the support from Gogeta, by the way. Obviously, because it's to Fusion or to Successors, which Kefla is not on either. Unfortunate, but obviously his active skill support is obviously still very, very insane. But yeah, here we go. Well, actually, hold on. Right, we have the Glorio support. We have Tech UI's domain. We have Khalifa support. Like, Kefla is going to be very, very juice here. The items I even stacked for longer. I did actually take a peek at the thumbnail. Once again, I did not actually rewatch the old one. I believe I got up to like 420 some odd mil on her before, I believe is what the number was. So I'm definitely very excited to see what the increase is up to this time around. Because you do have to keep in mind, right? I mean, just from like the items alone, I mean, we were up to like 250. 250 mil nearly the turn before. And now adding those items in, Jesus Christ. She's at the 442. That's actually kind of not good. Yeah, she's actually gonna do a decent bit of damage to Zamasu here. I mean, if she's jumping up this much, right? Strength Kefla is. I really do think she's gonna break the billion range. I do think so. I mean, I guess we'll see in just a moment. I think she's gonna break it. She just has so much buffs active here. She'll certainly be close. I'm not entirely certain. Oh, there we go. 1,284 mil. 1,284 mil. Jesus Christ. 1,292 million. Okay, Kefla. Yeah, what the hell? Yeah, I definitely needed to do this. What the fuck? 1,300 million, dude. Yeah, sure. That's just so crazy to me. Because, once again, I mean, there was a decent bit of turns where, I missed out on that 6 orbs. I did try to always get it, but sometimes I could not get it set up. The orbs, I don't control them, right? I can only try and get as much together as I possibly can. But 1,300 million. I mean, just to throw it out there, I mean that's up there with like the 7th year LR EZAs. The Super Vegito, Super Gogeta, like all the big stacking characters from this year. That's where she's up to. And mind you, I think Goku, the new Taglu Goku, I got him up to like 1.1 billion, I think. I think I got Rose up to like 1.4. I think I also got the Vegeta to 1.4, right? So, I mean, she's in the leagues with them. Just to throw it out there. And this is an EZA from last year, earlier on last year too, which I think is a very important distinction. So yeah, she's definitely, she still got the damage. I mean, defense, she ain't there, no more, unfortunately. But damage, I mean, she is still pretty decent. I actually was once again, I was using her on one of my festival runs. I was actually fairly impressed with her. Unfortunately, I did end up losing, but it was not her fault. Although, if she had even eaten a single normal, she would have died. So, just, if you want to test your luck, that's on you. But yeah, I think we're good here. Thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Take care.